Think of your favorite genre of music. Will people still know how to play it in 3,000 years? And would anyone know if they were playing it wrong? That's the situation facing practitioners of the ancient oral heritage of Hmong folk singing, once flourishing, but now fading from memory. Originating thousands of years ago in China and migrating to Southeast Asia, the Hmong people brought their rich cultural practices to cities like Minneapolis and St. Paul after the Secret War of the 1960s and 70s. Today, we're focusing on the young Hmong artists who are breathing new life into this ancient genre. I'm meeting with Gaosong, an actress and singer residing here in St. Paul.
I need your help. Tell me how to pronounce the style in which you perform. It's called
Courtship.
Courtship.
And Tiffany is a song poet who learned folk singing in her childhood.
I sing the Hmong Green dialect, so the txhiaj.
Courtship, or in the Green Hmong dialect, txhiaj, dates back for as long as the Hmong people can remember.
They would sing txhiaj at the Hmong New Year. They would sing it for weddings. Rather than lecturing at people and saying words, they use txhiaj to also educate. They would have a singer, like a Courtship or txhiaj singer, who would open up the new year, welcoming all the positive things like positive vibes.
In a culture where it's seen as uncomfortable or disrespectful to speak directly about certain topics, song poetry allows people to communicate through song.
It was used as a way for younger folks to kind of like connect and sort of like, Tinder, but back in the day. In this case, it's not just like, hey, are you single? But it's actually something that they're singing. For Hmong people, at least for my grandma and how they would talk, like they're not direct. If they want to say no, like they don't say no directly, but they use a lot of complex kind of words, and they might like put in metaphors to mean no.
Whether it's two young single people courting one another and trying to see if they want to start a relationship, or elders trying to give advice to newlyweds about their life together.
One topic that Hmong elders especially don't feel comfortable talking about directly is war. Art like the Hmong's traditional tapestry and folk singing are a way for this community to express their difficult experiences. And this tradition hasn't gone away, even if many younger artists are choosing other genres to do it. Despite young Hmong musicians turning to Western genres, many are still interweaving their language, clothing, and other traditions into their work.
Baby, can't you see all that pain in my eyes, yeah? Can't take your time thinking that it's alright, yeah. Won't you be my shorty?
One thing that may make it difficult to preserve Courtship is its complexity. Courtship has a very specific form. Some may say it's comparable to Shakespearean work.
It's so complex, and it's in the Hmong language, but a heightened form of the Hmong language called balu, which translates to flowery words.
Some of the words that are used in txhiaj, we don't use in our everyday language. If they don't have that linguistic understanding or even of the structure, it's going to be difficult to understand and also learn. It's very similar to the traditional ballad, so that's one structure that it's similar to. There is a minimum of 2 stanzas. They have rhyming couplets in there along with like a refrain, so certain lines are repeated in the stanza.
As the stanza gets repeated, new words are interchanged for the rhyming scheme. Hmong folk music is typically not written down or memorized, but singers are forced to create the song on the spot using a set of metaphors. While txhiaj is not straight freestyle, it has similarities.
Let's say, for example, I go to the New Year and there's like a suitor or a guy that kind of approaches me. In that situation, he is introducing himself and he's singing his song, asking me questions, and while he's singing his song, I'm listening to his song and trying to come up with, okay, what am I gonna respond, what am I gonna say? Like, do I like this guy? That's kind of where the freestyling comes in.
Some individuals here in America have been working to learn and maintain the long tradition of song poetry.
My maternal grandma, so my thai, and all of her sisters, they come from a family of folk singers. So they all sang Lutsa back in Laos. I learned Lutsa when I was around 5 or 6 years old. Like on the playground, I would sing it, like just say the words, because I loved it so much. And I remember this kid said to me, "Why do you sing those songs? It's so fabi." Like that was the term that they used. Like only old people sing it.
Okay.
Then I was like, well, I don't really want to sing anymore because then I'm not going to have friends because nobody my age likes to sing it. I just grew to appreciate it again because it allowed me to connect with my grandma. I sing it and I think of her and I feel like I'm connected to her sisters and, you know, the ancestors who came before me.
Totally. It's a connection piece.
Right, yes.
Totally.
When I was a kid, I wanted to be like a pop star, like Britney Spears. So I never really saw myself as being like a classical singer. I always heard txhiaj in the home. My mother is actually like a master txhiaj singer. You know, when you're a kid, you hear it and it just sounds like noise. But as I continued studying classical music and learning more about my voice and who I am as a Hmong person, I realized that this art form is so beautiful.
Courtship is a unique form of folk music. It has so much to teach us about communicating as human beings.
How you begin the Hmong song poetry indicates kind of the dialect that you speak along with what country you're from or what region or what city.
My mom is from Mokpeng, so I don't want to mess it up.
Okay. Yep. Yeah, you can hold it out for however long you want to. Yep. Yep. You can add more. We'll have to come up with one for Hmong, Minnesota and Hmong, Wisconsin, and Hmong, California.
Honestly, I'm just mesmerized by the tone and the quality of your voice because it just sounds so like authentic.
Thank you. That means a lot to me. I aspire to sound like the elders.
Yeah. Girl, you sound like the elders. You sound like the elders. This art form and txhiaj, Hmong flower singing, it's a form of like resilience.
Musicians like Gaosong and Tiffany are keeping the practice alive. They remind us of the importance of holding on to our traditions of telling stories through music.
The Hmong Do, they wear, is it the purple hats?
I'm Hmong and I don't even know. So that's why I'm like, I'm gonna look to you to tell me. I feel like we should have sat down and talked. Like, I don't. Yeah.
It was good for